probably this will be part one of whatever this diatribe is.
Oh my God, how exciting, you're all so smart, you can improve on...
Who first drives life on its
What am I doing? Who do I think I am?
Who impels us to utter these words?
Okay, I'm just standing here with this image. Woo-hoo. This image, 5 letters on a t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? 5 letters on a t-shirt. Okay, so it turns out I got a call. I actually got some work. Yay! That way I'll be able to pay my rent and stuff, which will be a good thing. Oh man. Oh man. Hold on, listen to some music.
It is the ear of the ear, the eye of the
listen to some more music.
eye, the word of words and the mind of mind and the life of life.
Okay, I'm back. If it works, I'll keep it in the original. If it otherwise, I can edit it. Isn't that great, editing, chopping things together, little images, and putting them together and making something look whole when it's not whole, just like Photoshop, take a picture of something that's real and brush it up and give the image an image that doesn't exist in reality anywhere, but we buy it for real. So I got a job. So that means next week, unfortunately, won't be able to hold forth as much as I'd like to. And today, as it turns out, I've got a few things on my mind. So, wait. It's not self-indulgent. No, it's not self-indulgent. I'm gonna honor this. I'm honoring this by going ahead and being me.
What cannot be spoken with words? What cannot be thought with the mind? What cannot be heard with the ear? What cannot be seen with the eye?
Having some coffee today is the elixir. And coffee, for those of you who have read the Quran, there's a famous tree in that book called the Zaqqum tree. Z-A-Q-Q-U-M. Zaqqum. And it is the tree that grows in the nethermost regions of hell. And a lot of people don't know. You Starbucks generation and you coffee drinkers in Maxwell House. Good coffee. You should look it up. Coffee on Wikipedia. It's right there at your fingertips. It originates in Africa, in Ethiopia. And then it was, how would you say, discovered at the time of the unfoldment of the Quran historically. And it was incorporated into the Muslim religious rituals because there's a lot of like prayers and things involved among the Muslims, and so they would use coffee as a sacred drink because it has this magical property of keeping you up, getting you jacked. And there you go. And then eventually it sort of worked its way out into coffee houses, and eventually the Dutch went ahead and were interacting and trading, and they were like, wow, this is cool. And so coffee therefore went into all the Dutch colonies like Sumatra, like the word Java. So the history of coffee is the history of Occupy God. Would that you knew it. Right. Okay, never mind. Let me, okay. So, first of all, I wish to address my friends. And I'll tell you who my friends are. I mean, I got a lot of friends, as it were. But among them, in the abstract, are those who are atheists, agnostics, and unbelievers. I don't mean to leave you out at this juncture, still talking about God and all that sort of stuff. What you must understand is that belief in God is completely irrelevant. What we're talking about here are actual artifacts of the human evolution, which are written words which by some reason, in some manner, have been preserved and transformed and transported and all that sort of stuff, such that in this day of enlightenment with the, Hadron Super Collider over in CERN in Geneva, where we're looking to find the hold on, I got something for you atheists and scientists.
Know that alone I need Brahman in the spirit. Know that alone to be. Know that alone to be Brahman by spirit, and not what people here adore. Not what people here adore.
check out this guy, right? His name is Leon Lederman, right? And he wrote a book called The God Particle. Now, for those of you who enjoy Hawking's or Fritjof Capra and all that abstract sort of science and theoretical physics, because in it you can do whatever you want, just like with religion, right? He is an actual tangible experimenter. He's a guy that actually does the experiments. So this book is about, and it was written when? It was written frickin' The God Particle in 1993, a good almost 20 years before the Hadron Super Collider. But he's talking about because in Chicago they also have another, or Stanford, they have another super collider somewhere. So the fundamental premise of this great scientific experiment is looking for the boson particle, which supposedly would answer the questions of dark matter and so forth. Anyway, fascinating read where he documents and shares from his point of view as the experimenter. You know, someone sits there and goes, "Oh, I think that particles, blah, 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 blah," you high priests of theoretical physics and science and intellection. And then you get frickin' engineers whose job is to be the priests who make it real, who take your idea and then say, "Well, oh, Mr. Oppenheimer, let's go ahead and drop that bomb and see what happens." Anyway, so for you atheists and so forth, what I'm, in this moment, I am undertaking something which I think is kind of impossible. And you know, whatever that means to you, they're iron-on transfer letters on a shirt. I like to think of it as my name tag. But then again, those who search the internet and blah, 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 they've come across those who allegedly worship me in their various forms of facial expression and various color schemes, usually red and black, and that's all lovely. And the thing is, fact is, I'm like, hey, thanks. That's I get what you're saying. I get the reciprocal mirror image feedback response to the manipulation and co-option of the word of God. That's the term that needs to be used. Just like the word atom needs to be used, but if you're honest and you're a scientist, then you'll know that the atom itself, the one that I learned in 3rd grade growing up in New York, turned out, oh my goodness, to be a metaphor in the physical world. I remember the electron microscope, which took a picture of it to show me that it was real, even though I never got to see it myself, but I had to believe that these adjusted images were real. But nonetheless, even now, my kids who are in the 3rd grade have a chart that talks about gluons and charm and upspin and downspin and flavors. To think that matter itself is a metaphor? My goodness. Multitudes in the valley of decision. How shall we unravel this conundrum? Or shall we bother? Shall we just rather enjoy it, man, because it's whatever it is? Isn't it great? All the stuff that's happening in the real world. Aren't people having a blast? Don't your friends just enjoy the hell out of whatever it is? Hey, it's a hell of a good time. I mean, hell yeah, that was damn good, right? And Kiss, where they had the album after their Destroy album, Hotter Than Hell. AC/DC, I love AC/DC, by the way. Angus. Anyway, with I'm on a Highway to Hell, one of the most honest, divinely revealed songs of this latter day, in the sense that these dudes from down under just say it. They go, hey, I'm on a highway to hell. Well, and we're going to have a good time. So what the heck? Why not? Especially if asteroids are coming and the global ice caps are going to be melting, and oh boy, in about 1 million years we're all going to be totally pointless. So why bother with freaking doing anything? Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So the thing is, it's being pricked in the spirit, because if I'm going to do this, I got to do it, I mean, got to be honest-ish. I don't really have to be honest, I guess, if I'm doing this, right? I mean, if I'm doing this, I don't have to be righteous. I don't have to be honest. I don't have to do squat. A lot of potential there. A lot of potential, a lot of marketing possibilities. Who better to make some money on the Word of God than me? But unfortunately, that being said, I mean, if I am me, then the reality is a little bit different. And, I shared in episode 1 and 2, and I hope you watch episode 1 and 2. But if you don't, that's fine too. Hopefully this is entertaining, because, some guy in Tucson in an apartment who's just blah, blah, blah. But, and hopefully there's cool music. And hopefully there's no voices in my head. That's a good thing about me, lucky for me. Ever since I was a little child, ever since I was a little boy, my prayer always was, if that could be considered prayer, was like, dear God, please don't give me a vision in my sleep. Don't give me a dream. Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear a voice. So, FYI, just as a matter of procedure, just to let you know, no visions, no voices in my head, no claims of any sort. Just me, just a t-shirt. A t-shirt. Anyway, blah. So, the thing is, drinking the Zakum, it's the drink of unbelievers, by the way. It's what the unbelievers drink. And God bless America, a nation of unbelievers, par excellence. Anyway, but that being said, so I'm talking to a sort of a preacher, a pastor. I won't say your name, brother, because I can understand the conflict, the confusion, and so forth. So anyway, for you scientists, you atheists, and whatever, on the front end, these are artifacts, these are words in the public domain, okay? Especially the authorized King James Version of the Bible. Happy birthday, happy 400th birthday, AKJV. And at some point in time, about 100 years ago, all of a sudden, those MFs, who just like to confuse the hell out of you, started making new translations, the New International Version, which happens to be copyrighted by Zondervan, which is a big Bible publishing company. Ooh, Lucky Corporation has the New International Version. Or, and Joseph Smith, who I love you Latter-day Saints. So just to let you know, because it's just precious. It's adorable. It's just adorable. Now, the fact that Joseph Smith went ahead and channeled the Bible and then put his corrections in it, I mean, that is great. So, then you have that book, and then you have the Jehovah's Witness with their New World Translation, and then you have Reader's Digest version, and then you have every other kind of multiple version. And
Oh my God, how exciting! You're all so smart. You can improve on
the King James Version of the Bible, which has no copyright. So ain't nobody, nowhere, can say jack about Jack having an opinion on the word, and as a result, you too can just pick up your own. So, like I mentioned, episode 1 and 2, the texts are going with the red pill. I think that's the right pill. I think I gotta go back and watch the movie, but we're gonna use the red pill. So, probably this will be part 1 of whatever this diatribe is. But in speaking with the beloved pastor, not speaking, emailing, but email sounds a lot like speech, doesn't it? Investigating some questions and so forth, and wishing to be in truth with him, it did prompt me to question my motivation. What am I doing? Who do I think I am? Who are you? And why are you here? And why are we doing this? And the thing is, I don't know. Do you?